My homeboy asked me one time, why is it that when you get into a relationship, the beginning is so amazing? Less arguments, if any. Romance is top tier. The way man and woman speak to one another is so positive and uplifting. No one can do no wrong when entering a relationship. But quickly after the relationship gains growth and forever joins the table, the problems begin. Whether they're married or not, once they become one unit, it's like the most difficult thing to be in within years. The way they talk to each other changes. The way they interact with each other becomes different. Many imaginary obligations is put on the table, and selfishness becomes more of a friend to one than the other. Sex life becomes non-existent most of the time. And for the exchange, just like a pimp and a prostitute, it's like you start to pay for the love. I had to laugh at that last part because I felt the soul, and that was funny. But it's true, than anyone could ever know. See, when God created man, he felt he was incomplete. So he took a side of man and created a woman, a helpmate, his lover, a wife. He didn't create him a mother, a brother, or a slave. He created him a wife. From a side of him, he made them one. He made them complete by using each other. When it went bad because a man who God created to lead beside his wife instead took unwisely advice from his woman to do something he knew was wrong. Why? It's because of the roles. The minute they reversed was the minute everything changed for us all. If we look at the history of religion, when it comes to men and woman, man always had the power. What God created was a man to lead beside his woman. But now the woman becomes the background through history, through religion. A woman couldn't speak, she couldn't dress a certain way, she couldn't talk a certain way. She was only to stay at home, preparing supper and raising children, partly biblical, but something's changed. But to man in those days, in their eyes, she has no value beyond that. So for most women, when it comes to their husbands and spouses to them, they become mothers, more than wives in most relationships. You find a mother and son relationship more than a husband and wife relationship. And with most relationship with those couples, the wife and the mother has issues. To the man's eyes, women were basically created to be silent. And then we get to my brother's point. But all of that is false. In religion, it is false. Many books are the scrolls and scriptures that God written or had prophets to write were misinterpreted. Words were changed in the wrong translations. And a lot of the things that were studied to get to the point that the people becoming so religious that they started creating their own scriptures. If you're not reading the Hebrew-Ethiopian version of the Bible translated into English, I suggest you do so. You have a lot of studying to go. But to answer his question, why is it so hard when a woman and a man join forces? Well, I'll tell you why. After the pre-love situations, going to the movies, going out to eat, etc., we have fun, we party, but then we separate and we go home. We get back together, do whatever we do together, but we always separating and going home. Everybody is trying to be on their best behavior. Everybody is trying to do everything the right way because for some reason we both keep getting it wrong. We keep blaming the ex. Some we keep blaming ourselves, but we don't know what's wrong. It's because everything is backwards. Since time began, since Adam chose to eat the apple instead of leading with his wife beside him, he put his wife in front of him and took her advice alone. It's all been backwards. When religion decided to change the scriptures to fit their beliefs, changed history by silencing women completely, things became backwards. Why are there issues once we join forces? Once we move into the same house, once we get married, why is it problem after problem? A lot of women believe that their job is to sit at home, raising kids, cooking meals, and open up their legs every blue moon. Most men think that they supposed to go out and work 5 jobs to later retire at 75 with nothing or die young or alone. The Bible speaks of a Proverbs woman, though. One who not only had her own, but she provided the land that her husband built his business and the house on. Not only did she provide the land, take care of the kids, but she also owned her own business. Not only did she own her own business, but she also went home and provided the meals for supper. That's biblical terms. That's biblical words. That's biblical context. But you want the world to make you believe that your only job on this earth is to sit at home and be nothing. To be invisible. To not stand on side of your husband as he lead. The woman takes on a mother's role. Her advice, her wisdom overpowers her husband's role. Everything that needs to be done, it has to be done her way. It's not gonna be right. It's always gonna be wrong. Any other way inside the home. And that's when frustration comes. She's treating you like a son. Take a look at the single mother households. When you look at the child, 7 out of 10, they going left. Not the right way. Why? Because they taking advice that has no male role. A woman lives off emotions, which is why God made man first. And it's why God specifically made man to lead the home. So if wifey is making all the decisions inside the house, and you are a man following all the decisions that wifey makes in the house, then where is your leading role? It's like Adam eating an apple every day over and over till we broke. Till we living paycheck to paycheck. Now we're stressing over money and bills. It gets disrespectful. Names are called. In her eyes, you're weak, lazy, not worth anything at all. Because in her mind, she's supposed to sit at home and do nothing while you go out and break your back for umpteen hours a day and come back home. And she's not truly living the life she wants. After the bills paid, same routine that usually leave us with nothing. One income and many mouths to feed. There's no extra. Why? Because she's sitting at home. She don't own a business. She don't cook no food, sell no plates. She ain't doing nothing but spending money. That's a liability. That's not growth. The woman in Proverbs is a boss. The woman in Proverbs had her own, but she still knew who had the leading role. We looking at today's relationships, we got more women coming into a business mind, but they're doing it to the point where it's more of an independent flex. It's not about helping build a home, especially if they got a man in it. Relationships get weak. Relationships become broken. Feelings get hurt. Overly emotional people, things go left. No more love. Now it becomes a dysfunctional business. In order to make love, you have to do something. You got to pay every bill. You have to go on a shopping spree. You have to buy a car every year. You got to do something in order to get peace. You must be working at least 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. They'll give you Sunday to praise God if you're religious. But that is the woman's mindset. Because that is the mindset that man created when God ended the world by flood. Who was in position? There was no woman running these countries and running these kingdoms. Probably had one or two, but this was a man's world. That's what they created. What happened when God ended it by flood? So I'll let you know right now, right there, they got it wrong. With leadership, it starts with God. Every time we do it our way and not God's way, it becomes a problem. The same enemy that disrupted heaven, convinced Eve to bite the apple, is the same enemy that's tempting Eve today in every home. That's why money becomes the main objective. That's where the independent woman mind frame comes from. She's gonna get out there and do it for herself. She may say she's doing it for her and the kids, but really, ultimately, it's all for her. This is a selfish mentality. Most kids, specifically boys who grow up in a single woman home, grow up thinking they need to make it to repay mama for everything she done. Mama did what the heck mama was supposed to do. You created a child. You are supposed to take care of them. They are not supposed to be paying you back nothing. But that is the mindset, which is why in the household with a grown man, he becomes a child to her, especially if he's not holding everything down. She's gonna disrespect him. She's gonna talk to him crazy. She's gonna belittle him. She's gonna do everything she can to destroy his manhood. God requires man to love woman. He requires woman to respect man. The enemy comes to destroy both. Till we get back to God's way, the true way, not the world's way, not the religious way, because religion is what started all of this. So we're not going to sit here and try to act as if religion knows it all. God knows it all. And unless you go to God, you ain't going to never get the right way. Man is supposed to lead. A woman is supposed to stand beside him in a leadership role for assistance. A man gives 100%, his woman should be given 50, or an even road. Her job isn't to sit in the house cooking all day and being the only one that's leading and teaching the children, which is another backwards role. She is not a slave. A father is not present, he is at work all day. And the children are doing whatever they want to do because only one person is leading them in the home, and that's the woman. It's all wrong. If a man is going out there breaking his back, mama should have a part-time job. Not sitting at home living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, getting nowhere, expecting daddy to come home and be happy and have joy in his leadership role. God didn't create man and woman so man can bear every bit of pain and slave till he can't slave no more, so woman can live an amazing, beautiful life, basically alone inside the home. Children, we better with both of y'all. Your relationships will be better with both of y'all. The support system goes both ways. The encouragement goes both ways. The love goes both ways. Because that's the way it goes. And that is what I told my homeboy.